Kate Warwick, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Warwick says he's scared of you, Kate.
Oh, here we go.
I know, this is this myth that he's perpetuating.
Yeah.
No, I'm really scared of him.
Fear. Just, you know, a cinema driven on
This
fear.
is actually, I think this should be the therapy session, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
it all comes out.
There's some emotions you want to talk about.
Yeah, there are.
And now that you're here finally...
On national television.
It's been bottled up and we've been waiting for you to be here.
Warwick Thornton, whose previous films, Samson and Delilah and Sweet Country, received critical acclaim. This film's genesis springs from Warwick's own experience as an Indigenous student in a Catholic boarding school. It's transcendent cinema. How did this happen? How did you come together?
Sort of by design and sort of by accident. We sort of passed one another at a party. You said you can't even remember meeting me.
I met your husband.
I know you met my husband, so maybe you actually wanted to work with Andrew.
Yeah,
and then over COVID, Andrew and I were just thinking, it'd be really great to talk to Warwick. And I think...
Oh, the truth comes out now. So you did ask me, I didn't ask you.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think it was mutual because I heard that you wanted to catch up, and then we just sort of started having this long-winded, late-night, wine-fueled, rambling conversations. And then after a few of them, you said, "Oh, sis, I've got this story I've written a long time ago. I don't even know if I like it anymore. But maybe if I send it to you, I don't know, you could burn it." And then we read it. And it was a page turner. I mean, it's a fable in a way, but the story is deceptively simple, but the atmosphere just jumped off the page. And obviously wanted to work with Warwick for a long time.
Thankfully you liked it, or we would still be writing something right now.
The New Boy is about a nun who runs a monastery in the remote outback,
I'm Sister Eileen.
who welcomes a young arrival, and that brings questions of faith.
After a shaky start, he is learning to read and to write. He has a passion for Christ, and I feel that he may even follow in my footsteps.
You had written it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Did you still want to see it on screen?
I hadn't given up on it, but I had, thought that it was incredibly lame and maybe it should be taken out the back and shot, you know what I mean?
No, but I think 18 years ago you were in a really different place. If you'd made it then, it probably would have been a much more...
Terrible.
Not terrible. I don't think you're capable of making a terrible film. But there was a lot of entrapment and rage, I think, in it.
You had gone to boarding school yourself. I mean, how much of your own experience is in this story?
There is a fair bit of me in The New Boy. It's very different to my experience. I had actually an incredibly good journey through boarding school.
But did you have that fascination with the iconography and the
literally,
symbolism?
I never walked into a church, and then suddenly I arrive at a boarding school where you go to church twice a day. And I'd never been into a church. I'd never walked in and seen that horror show in front of me, the torturing of this man that is never ending. And so it just scared the hell out of me. What happened to me there, it's the spark for what happens to the New Boy in the film. It's really scary.
Aswan is incredible. I couldn't help thinking, though, watching this, given the context and the time that we're in, that this kid, for most of the film, actually has no voice.
I mean, you were talking about that last night. It's really interesting, if you think about Samson, right back to Samson and Delilah, that a lot of your characters don't...
They're voiceless.
Yeah, they're voiceless in a way, which is really fascinating.
And in a strange way, by actually having a pen and paper and writing a script, I have a voice, and making cinema, I have a voice, but my community and my elders and my children don't have a voice in that way. So it's kind of, I try and do my part in a way to give voice to the voiceless. It sounds a bit sort of wanky, but it's serious business, and it's important, and I love it. Yeah.
It seems like you have a lot in common. Can you work together again, given the fear?
Dr. Freud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amused that she'd actually sit next to me after that shooting.
You're a bugger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. I mean, because what was so amazing about working with you, Wok, is that you were so willing to sort of throw stuff away and try stuff. And we thought, okay, we'll film in South Australia. And we thought, we'll go there in November. It's going to be boiling hot. We'll get those blue skies. It was biblical. We got everything but locusts. I mean, we were almost flooded.
We got bees.
We got bees. Turned into a horror movie at one point.
Literally every second day, huge swarm of bees would decide to move into the monastery. You know what I mean? So we'd have to get a beekeeper to get rid of them. Move on, move on, move on. So it was really, you know, so we did kind of get everything in a beautiful way. And you just work through it, you know what I mean? It's like it's survival.
But, you know, obviously you had children at the centre of this. And there's a very particular duty of care, particularly when you're taking someone off country and they've never been in front of a camera before, and there's a lot being asked of them. But what we couldn't have expected was just what a band of brothers. You kept saying, oh no, it's not a band of brothers, it's the Lord of the Flies. But you know, but they were really an incredible bunch of boys. But could we work together?
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll be calling you.
Yeah.
So you either pick up the phone or you don't.
Yes, no, I'm not taking it.
It's called stalking.
Yeah, love it. Love a good stalking.
Guys, it's been a great session. You can make another appointment on the way out if you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
No way.
Are you going to take us on as clients?
Yeah.
There's something to work with here. I think there's something worth saving, don't you think?
Am I okay to tap for this, or you know?
I feel like we made progress
I think the
today.
first one's free.
Yeah, the first one's free.
Oh, what a lovely chat. The New Boys in cinemas Thursday.